Hello, this is Neena Dayal welcoming you to Mental Resilience Monday series from Success Synergy Enterprises. Have you ever felt helpless while dealing with toxic coworkers? This is a question most people avoid answering because it projects them in a wrong light and paints them as vulnerable or afflicted with adjustment issues. Many people love their work but hate their coworkers. And if they can't deal with them, they may end up even hating their jobs. Let us delve deeper in just a moment. In my coaching practice spanning more than 10,000 hours, after which I lost the count, I have coached many executives working at mid to apex levels in different organizations, in different domains, and industry segments. Many executives face this situation where they loved their work but hated their toxic coworkers. Now, there are different situations with toxic coworkers, but a certain behavioral code can be applied from your end to yourself, which can take care of most of these situations. Cardinal principle number 1. Understand that you don't have to like all your coworkers. You just have to get along with them so that you remain productive. No matter where you work, your own personal productivity matters and you should focus on it. Cardinal principle number 2. Remain friendly. Understand that there is a huge difference between being friends with someone and being friendly with someone. You can be friendly even with the most toxic people. It is important to remain friendly as then people will share stories with you and you need the information flow. Many toxic people are storehouses of valuable information which travels through the grapevine. Cardinal principle number 3. Do not share too much with anyone at your workplace. Understand that people change without any prior warning. So if you share too much with them, you may end up in a bad place later if they change sides. I've seen a case from the IT segment, which is a very common occurrence elsewhere also. Keeping the confidentiality of the people as well as the organization, here is the case. Let's call the people involved Tom, Anne, and Amy. Anne and Amy had worked together in an organization, let's call it Organization A. Anne and Amy were apparently great friends when they were working at Organization A. Amy trusted Anne completely and took her opinions quite seriously. Now, Anne and Tom had also previously worked together in another organization, let's call it Organization B. All this happened in the past. In the present day, Tom had moved to another organization, let's call it Organization C. And now Amy also moved to Organization C, and here she met Tom for the very first time. Tom and Amy happened to be in teams working adjacently and rubbing shoulders daily. When Anne came to know that Amy had now joined Organization C, she came to her rescue and told Amy to be careful in dealing with Tom. Amy believed her close friend, Anne. Trusting Anne, Amy dealt with Tom very cautiously initially. Her being an introvert and Tom being an extrovert and gregarious person also added to her discomfort. But slowly, Amy found Tom to be quite helpful, friendly, and generally a nice guy. Then, one day after she had become quite comfortable with Tom, they had a conversation. This conversation shook Amy to her core. Tom showed Amy the text conversation he had had with Anne just when Anne had come to know that Amy was also moving to Organization C. This text conversation was all about Anne telling Tom how he should keep a distance from Amy as she was a bad worker and also very clingy in nature. After showing her the text conversation, Tom brushed this incident aside with a jovial laughter, but Amy could not get it out of her system so easily. When this conversation was brought to my notice, as Amy was my coaching client, my suggestion to her was for her to understand the cardinal principle number 4: understand emotional detachment. It simply means that you don't feel too deeply on everything that your toxic coworkers say or do. Just take all inputs while being careful so that their fans don't reach you. Always analyze when someone tells you something as to what their hidden benefits could be. Know that toxic people just take a vicarious pleasure in spreading malice. Today, it may seem from this case that Anne is a toxic coworker, but I'm not so sure even about Tom. I'd be concerned about Amy if she doesn't learn her lessons and keeps sharing with everyone and trusting anyone and everyone. Cardinal principle number 5: different people have different personalities, but you don't have to change your personality in order to have a friendly attitude towards anyone. Simply understood, your personality is what you are at the core, your attitude is what you should be towards others. Now, there is a great confusion between personality and attitude. Simply understand it this way, that attitude is a part of your personality which can be cultivated whichever way you want. Choose to cultivate a friendly attitude even if you are an introvert. Not just is it doable, but it is also highly desirable and much more pleasurable. Cardinal principle number 6: take action and set boundaries as soon as you need to. You need to take on a strict and stern exterior when setting boundaries. Toxic people are generally highly insecure. They will respect your boundaries if you set them right. Sometimes it can be done just with a stern glare and a strong silence. This works best if you are usually friendly and then it is a drastic digression from your usual behavior. Cardinal principle number 7: remain unpredictable. Most people are just so predictable that anyone can read them. Toxic coworkers spend a lot of time reading others. People like Amy, who are innocent and pure at heart and above all shy in nature, are their prime targets. So your unpredictability is actually your best defense. Cardinal principle number 8: be courageous. Doing all of this requires courage, and courage is one quality that keeps toxic people away. If you have encountered toxic coworkers, you can start changing your behavior tomorrow if you really wish to do it. Start with small changes, which are quite different from your usual set behaviors, and you immediately start becoming unpredictable. Rest will take its own course of time, and soon you will find yourself developing mental resilience as you start enjoying this game. We'll keep covering more ground in our future posts. So subscribe and enable the notification for receiving more releases from Success Synergy Enterprises channel. Do comment, share, and ask questions. I'm looking forward to interacting with all of you. Thank you. Talk soon. Keep moving forward.